Oop is legally the father of a child who isn't his, and the mother just passed away. Original posted by you, not the father 81 in our legal advice on the 9th of July 2022. CANC. I am legally the father of a child who isn't mine, and the mother just passed away. I got married when I was 18 to a woman. We decided to split up a little over 2 years later because I realized I was gay. I moved to CA, and she moved around as well, but apparently settled in NC. No, I don't have some compelling reason to why we didn't file for divorce or even a formal separation. It just never seemed like a priority, and over the years was easy to forget. We weren't exactly calling each other all the time or ever. In fact, I haven't spoken to her since the day I moved to CA over 17 years ago. In that time, she had a child who is now 14 years old. My spouse recently passed away. I didn't think about this at the time, but since I was still married to her, I am legally the father of her child. I'm on the birth certificate, as was required by law at the time. Now there's the issue of that fact that I'm now the surviving spouse, but more urgently the sole legal parent of what is emotionally and biologically a random teenager. The estate is an issue too, but less so than an entire person. One of her mother's friends is willing to take in the child, but she's afraid that if I contest paternity, she wouldn't be approved by social services as a foster parent and the child would have to face foster care. So she wants me to just give her temporary guardianship to run out the clock. I don't know anything about how any of that or contesting paternity would work. I know that foster care isn't exactly good for older kids, and I don't want to ruin this kid's life. If there's another option, but more informal arrangements don't seem like a good idea either. I don't want some random kid living with me, nor do I think she would want that either. What do I do? Edit. Of course her child is the proper sole heir, inheritor of her mother's estate, and I will fix that as well when it is possible. Edit 2. We do not know the bio father and he is not involved. Update posted by you, not the father 81 in our legal advice on the 16th of September 2022. Update. CANC. I am legally the father of a child who isn't mine, and the mother just passed away. It's been an eventful few months, but things have settled down now for the most part. Things have happened. It's nothing super exciting or dramatic, but here's the news. I've met the mother's friend and the daughter. We talked it over in exhausting detail, and went over absolutely everything we and our lawyers, she also engaged with one as well, could think of. We decided that it was best that I stay as the legal father. The mother's friend was adamant that she only wanted power of attorney and nothing more, which the lawyers approved. SSI is put in a shared account that only I and the child are joint on. She has access to the bank card. The child is enrolled in school and I was able to get her on my insurance, even though it is going to be more expensive due to her seeing doctors out of state. Technically, the condo has been sold and that money has been added to her 529, which we hope will cover her for college. I've been working with my lawyer and a financial advisor on how to handle the finances, and we have a game plan for how to save as much of the estate for the child as possible, which mostly means that her mother's personal funds are in various savings accounts that all transfer to her when she's 21 or graduates college. On a personal level, we've obviously exchanged numbers and stay in contact. The mother's friend is insisting on legal distance for herself due to some personal things that she doesn't want to affect the child. It is a weird situation, but the child feels safe with her and I would also judge it as safe. We're not planning on her coming to live with me or any kind of instant father thing, but she is coming to visit for Christmas and may visit for some of the summer if that goes well. TLD, or we have a working. So far, agreement, and everyone is as stable and happy as they can be under the circumstances. Sorry if that's boring. I am not the op. This is heartwarming, and I'm glad that they got everything worked out in favor of what's best for the child. This could have gone wrong 100 different ways. But it didn't. The child has experienced the loss of her mother. But it seems like she is in good hands. I commend Oop, as it seems he wants to make sure the child is set up for success. I also think it's really nice that she is going to visit for summer and holidays. She must trust him and feel a connection. And he probably does too. I wish them all well. This was a good one. Time to get off Reddit before my warm fuzzies get ruined. This ended up way more wholesome than expected. Glad everyone looked out for the child and hope she is doing well. This turned out so much better than I thought it was. That op sounds like a very good human. The friend is, too, for taking care of the girl. I like the fact that he is having her come visit. She'll get to travel and meet all sorts of people and places. Wouldn't it be wonderful if all people could be this civilized? Even though Op isn't here, I hope they all have a happy life. This doesn't really make sense to me. The birth certificate stuff when they had been separated for years seems really weird. Just a nice wholesome story. Op is just a good guy who has no connection to this child but still recognizes that she is a human child and does his best to make sure she's okay and gets what she is due. When it comes down to it, most people are just generally good people. Hey look, normal adults doing what's best for a young person. Boring is the best outcome here. What a good person. Sounds like the friend is a good person too. Mom must have been a good judge of personality to some extent. Boring is entirely underrated. I'm so happy that this worked out for them all. What a mensch. It's a strange position to be in, but I'm so glad Oop was willing to prioritize doing what's best for an orphaned child. Oop is a good soul. He has a damn near movie scripted wildcard thrown at him and he did every right thing. That poor little girl. I couldn't imagine losing my mom at 14. Bless the friend. And bless this guy for having her best interest in mind. Wow. From someone who has had 3 different fathers in my life, having one like Oop would have meant the world to me. Where's the child's actual father? Oop could have just said, "Not my issue," and instead decided to step up. Amazing. I am really happy the daughter seems to have a good support system around her and that Oop is willing to have some kind of communication with her. This is full of common sense, practical solutions and no drama. It's very refreshing. Everyone solely focused on securing a future for this young woman. Oop rocks. I really hate that North Carolina does this. My parents were mid-divorce when my mom had a baby. The state tried to go after my dad for child support. It was easy to disprove, since they hadn't been in the same state together for years. But it was a hassle. I imagine if my dad couldn't afford a lawyer, he would have been in a bad place. Why in the world would they not get divorced? Stupid people. Should have flared it as a repost. I got all excited thinking there was a new update.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.